All right, so now that we've sunk all our audio, let's go to our synced media event here. And we're going to go down and we're going to label these different synced clips with their appropriate metadata regarding their scene and their take number. Now, if we go to our first clip right over here, we can see that we have scene 2, take 1. So going over into our inspector, if it's not showing, click this little button. And we'll go over to our information panel. And if you're not getting the scene and the take option right over here, you may have to go to the bottom to where it has the metadata view. It may be on basic, which will not show that. So just go to general and go ahead and put in scene 2, take 1. Go on to the next one, and I'm going to assume that it's scene 2, take 2. Now, if you had real names, camera angles as well, you could add various other pieces of information. But let's just keep going on down the line. Scene 2, take 3. I'm just going to start assuming scene 2, take 4. And I'm going to speed it up for the rest of it, but essentially this is what you do. Now that we've gone through and labeled each one of our clips with its scene and take number, go down here to apply custom name. And we're going to go to new. And now we're going to tell Final Cut Pro how to name these clips according to various metadata. What I like to do is, let's get rid of this. First, I like to put the scene name. So you're going to want to type scene underscore and then drag the scene metadata onto it. Then I like to do take, so we'll type in take underscore, go ahead and drag shot take there. Then I like to add the original name. So I'll put another underscore and then simply go and drag original name. I like to go one more underscore and then put the original date of the scene, which is clip date right there. And if you look right down over here, it'll give you a preview of what it will look like when you rename everything. Let's go ahead and rename this as FCPX marks spot and click OK. Now if we go down here again, hit right click, you'll see FCPX mark spot is one of our options. Simply click on that and boom, our clips have been renamed according to the scenes, the takes, the original names, and the clip date. Now if you go up over here and go group by scene, you see you have your clips split up into their separate scenes. And if we come back here, turn our time down to 0, and you see we have all of our clips nicely organized. And in the case of scene 3, where we've gone and labeled them 3, 3A, 3B, 3C, you have your separate angles on separate lines. Now this is generally AE work that takes a bit of time to do in something like Avid Composer, and it does it automatically right here in Final Cut Pro X. Now the last thing we'll do before we head into advanced organization is simply go through and cut off the heads and tails of your clips. Now I like to go into film strip view here for this. Just make this a little bit longer like that. And hit S for skimming if skimming isn't already on. If you can scrub over your image and nothing happens here in the viewer, skimming is off. Hit S once as a shortcut, we'll go over this more later, and skimming is on. Now you can actually, let's go over here and turn off audio skimming though. Now you can skim over an image and it will play along with it. So we can go ahead and go to right after the slate, hit the O on your keyboard to set an out point. The in point was automatically set. And we're going to hit delete here, because what does that do again? It hides the rejected part of the clip. You could even go down to the end over here. He's ducked out here. Hit I on your keyboard to set the in point right there. And we hit delete for the rest of that. We go to this next clip right over here. We skim over to where the slate leaves. We hit O there to set your out point. So now we've selected this bit before the slate, before action. We hit delete, boom, rejected. Similarly, go back to the end over here, hit I, you've selected just this portion, hit delete. Go through and do this to every clip Once the slate is gone, right before action, hit delete. Go to the end of the clip and get rid of anything at the end over here that isn't important. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of this, but we'll speed it up so that you don't have to sit here and wait for me to do it all. Now I will say there are many instances, especially in more improv-based movies, where you don't want to trim off the tails or the heads of your clips because there may be something golden in there. There may be a look, a moment that you can repurpose somewhere else in your movie. So be very careful when doing this, but in the case of our workflow, we're going to go ahead. Now that we've gone through and clipped all the tops and the tails off, you'll see that what we essentially have here are our scene daily string outs. In other programs like Premiere and Avid Media Composer, you would essentially create separate sequences in which to edit the different takes into. But the way in which Final Cut Pro is designed is that you're supposed to edit from the browser, do your organizing, your keywording, your favoriting here, and then edit directly in. But as mentioned before, we do have an event viewer in Final Cut as well, where you can semi-do the source browser editing that people like to use in programs like Avid or Premiere.